Catching up with Race Imboden here at Summer Nationals in San Jose. Race, the new rankings just came out, #1 fencer in the world.
Yeah.
How's that feel? What's that
Dude,
feel like?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I've been waiting a little while for it to update, and it feels good to finally have it.
Now, we caught up with you a couple months ago when you were just about to go into Moscow. At the time you were #2, you shared a little bit about the rankings. Now, as you're looking to return to Russia for World Championships, how does this kind of fuel your momentum or your confidence?
It's good. The funny thing about it is I don't really connect the two. I would say that my ranking, like I said last time, is representative of the bulk of the work I've done. I said this to someone the other day, and they were like, how would you, post about your world #1? And I was like, people see it as like my results, but I see it as like the 360 days that come around, those 10 days that I compete. And I put the work in this year, and there's not a doubt in my mind that I did everything I had to do to be there. So to kind of have that to be like, yep, as a reflection that you want to see, it's nice. Going into Moscow is just, for me, is preparing for another competition and preparing to, fence better and perform the way I want to perform, because I know that if I put the work in, and if I can just, reach down and pull out and get out of my own way and make myself perform the way I want to perform, that's when I fence my best. Yeah.
And you've talked a lot about kind of that confidence and awareness of yourself and in yourself. Now, throughout this year, it's been a historical season for you. You've accomplished a lot of the biggest, achievements in fencing, four-foil with Paris, and also the number of wins that you've had. Looking now at achieving this #1 spot, when was it that you realized this was something that was legitimate and that was just within reach?
I realized it when I was in the #2 spot before I had Pan Ams. For me, I always said, even as a kid, if I can be the top guy and not have to use our zonals, then I'm the top guy. So, for me, that means that I'm rating myself off of World Cups and Grand Prix, which is me versus everyone in the world, rather than a large portion of that coming from my Grand Prix points, which happen to come from a zonal, which is a lot smaller of a field. So for me, to take kind of me in the harshest light or the harshest environment, which is a World Cup or a Grand Prix, you get a real sense of how you fence. And I was coming out on top, and so for me that validates the ranking that I've received, rather than have it massively inflated by something that is relatively weak. Yeah.
All right, well, Race, again, huge congratulations to you, and happy training here in San Jose.
Before we go, let me just say thanks to Dan Kellner, thanks to Ali Peters. I'm working with a guy called Andrew Fitzgerald now, who's been helping with my training, my nutritionist, and also my weightlifting coaches, Polly and Rebecca, and like everybody at the club who's helped me get here, and also obviously my parents. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. And thanks so much for keeping me a fencer and not anything else.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Race. Always a pleasure.
Bye, guys.